Hey everybody, Craig Zuckerman here with Zlinefitness, and I'm going to talk to you today about all the different aches and pains that can come about from sitting in an improper position on the couch. We sit on our couches every day. We're watching TV, we're playing video games, maybe even reading a book or working on the computer. But if you sit in an improper posture, this opens up a repetitive stress that can wreak all kinds of aches and pains upon the body. And I'm going to show you how to prevent that. Let's look at Lori. All right. Her head is in a forward position. This forward position creates stress to the back of the neck. When that head is forward, the neck has to hold those muscles, hold your head up, and it weighs about 13 pounds. And that's a lot of weight to hold up for long periods of time. The muscles in the back of the neck then start to stress. They strain and they tighten up. When this tension happens, it can compress nerves and create pain in the neck, also create headaches, even open you up for other conditions such as neck herniations. If we look down below, her leg is turned out to the side. Now, we have all kinds of ways we sit on the couch with our legs up to the side, turned out, and all other sorts of things. This can destabilize your hips. In this position, she's opening her hip up to one side. Her hips are even rotating to that side. That twists the low back and that destabilizes the hip. That opens her up for hip pain. She can have tightness in the glute, which creates pain in the upper hip bone, even opens her up for sciatica. The low back also is a problem. Her low back is curved or rounded underneath her. This puts pressure on the coccyx, which is the lower base part of your spine. It can also spread out the hip bones, and that can tense on the sciatic nerve, creating sciatica. Additionally, our lower back is designed to be in a C curve, like this. But she's sitting in with it rounded the other way. This opens up the spine, allowing for herniations or discs to swell, creating compression on the nerves, and that creates all kinds of horrible lower back pain. So it's not a good position to be in. Here are some simple tips now that we can take to create a better posture and relieve all kinds of aches and pains that I just talked about. First, take a pillow, put it under your lower back. When you do this, you create a lumbar support. This puts the back into that natural curvature I was talking about, which relaxes the lower back muscles, keeps them from being strained and going into spasm afterwards when you get up and you're like, oh, what did I do? So this is a much better way to keep that low back positioned. Next, grab a pillow, put it behind your head. Look at this. Instantly, this relaxes the neck because the head can relax against the pillow. This takes the pressure of gravity and the strain off the neck. But it does create a different viewing angle. Because of this, we've moved our TV up above. It's actually above the fireplace. And I do highly suggest that you do something like this. When most of these TV stands that have the TV low towards the ground, you're looking down at the TV. We're already looking down at all of our devices throughout the day, which strains our neck. The last thing we want to do is perpetuate that problem by looking down at our TV for hours. So I really suggest moving your TV up, maybe getting a support to put it on the wall. Then when you use this pillow behind your neck and head, you're really going to help yourself out. But even so, if your TV is still on that lower stand, this still reduces so much pressure on the neck to give you a lot of relief in neck pain and neck strain. So it's a great idea no matter what. Additionally, she's uncrossed her leg from the outside, put it down towards the ground, and now she's in a very relaxed position. She's not twisting or opening the hips up in any way. Another thing a lot of people like to do is put their legs up on an ottoman or a coffee table or something of that sort. I don't suggest this. What it does is it straightens out the hamstrings. Most of us have tight hamstrings. When that happens, you pull the hip under, and again, you're rounding out the low back. And when you do that, those back muscles go crazy. If you do put it up on an ottoman or a coffee table, I suggest putting a pillow underneath the knees so this gives some curvature to the knees, relaxing the pressure or pull on the hamstring, which in turn will relieve pressure on the low back. So that's a great idea. But if you do have a little bit of money to spend and need a new couch, this is a great idea. We purposely bought this couch to reduce our neck pain and low back pain, and man, has it helped. We still have to put the pillow in the low back, but having a higher back to the couch allows us to support the neck better. This creates that curvature I was just telling about, and when you go into this angled position, it takes all the strain and stress of gravity that goes straight down through your spine and dissipates it into the couch. And that really helps on a lot of the neck strain, back strain that can happen when sitting on the couch for hours. Now, say you don't have this, it's still okay. The other adjustments we've given you will be just as fine to help out with a lot of your pain. But if you're reading on the couch, or maybe you're working on a computer, here are some tips for that. If Lori's looking here, oops, and she's got her laptop out. She's looking down at it. Also, she's working, typing, using anything on the surface. The shoulders and arms can get strained. Same thing happens if you're looking down at a book. Now, it's great to have these things in place, the pillow behind the neck and low back to help out, but additionally, you're going to want to grab a couple more pillows. All right, with this, you're going to have one on the side, one on the other side, and one right here. What this does is it allows her to have a higher viewing angle of her computer so she doesn't have to strain the neck. Her elbows can rest on the pillows so she doesn't strain the shoulders and neck muscles holding up the arms or reaching out towards the keyboard. And I know you're saying, well, great, who has that many pillows? Well, look, if you're working on a computer on the couch, it's just not optimal. You are just asking for pain. So I suggest getting a couple pillows if this is where you love to work and doing this to reduce all kinds of aches and pains, especially as you get down the line and you turn into an old person that has their head out like this and you're only 36 years old. You'll know that this was the problem and this is the way to solve it. Additionally, grabbing a book, same thing. You're reading that book. You can rest your arms down. She has a great viewing angle with this, you know. It's not straining on the neck. Do you feel good? Do you feel relaxed?
I do.
All right.
I'm very comfortable.
This is the way to be. I know it takes a couple of pillows, but you will thank yourself tremendously for not having those aches and pains that have been plaguing you. I'm Craig Zuckerman with Zline Fitness, helping you feel better, look better, and perform better.